First of all, it's good to be here. Great weekend. Truest shout out. I think they opened a lot of eyes to our young men as far as financial literacy and everything like that. And that's about developing young men. The game, we knew it was going to be a tough game against a great Southern Jaguar opponent. Coach Terrence Graves does a really good job with those guys. It was some things that we saw coming in that I thought we were going to be able to take advantage of. And those guys improved this offseason. I thought their offensive line was much improved, obviously. We struggled trying to tackle. I don't think we ain't worked on any tackling this offseason, but they got some running backs over there, and they're a physical group. Then, when we finally started hitting him, we couldn't get him down. But I thought our offense played really well. We had a turnover early that hurt us, and then we had to settle for 2 field goals. But time of possession was key. That's what really kept us in the game and settled us down in the first half. Obviously, I thought Coach made great second half adjustments. We won first down. We won first down defensively, got into third down, and then we did a really good job getting off the field on third down. But time of possession, I think, thank you. Time of possession and field position was the difference in the ball game tonight.
We will now follow up with a statement from the game MVP, running back Chris Mosley.
Appreciate it. Yeah, my big emphasis going in this game was start fast, discipline, execute, and just be us, be who we are. We know we come in this game, we have weapons, great O-line, a lot of preseason awards, so we knew the trenches we could have won that if we came and executed that. So coming in this game, that was the main focus. My main focus in that running back room was, just being electric, giving those guys energy, showing them, we here, we came to play, and, I think I did that.
We'll now follow up with questions from the media. Please state your name and your affiliation. We're going to start here on the right with the gentleman in the striped shirt.
Coach Maceo Hurd, the Crush Sports Talk Network. Talk about that opening drive, Coach. 13 plays, you just washed the ball down the field. Talk about setting the tone with your opening drive.
We've been very consistent offensively, and I think we done a good job running the ball, and I've been pleased where we've been all off-season and throughout camp. And usually I defer. Today was going to take the football, and we're going to try to set the tone with the offense on the field. They got the way they want to toss, they deferred, and put them out there. Our plan was to score and then try to hold them to a 3-and-out. We scored and hold them to a 3-and-out. But, Coach Leone does a great job with play calling. He's unbelievable. He is outstanding. And then when our offensive line, I think they made a statement early. They made a statement early, and dudes had a chip on their shoulder because y'all were preaching and praising. We couldn't block the dude. And our guys blocked him. And he's a very good football player. I mean, I had Saul to Gibbons, very good football player. But I said my 2 tackles were very good. And I think they showed that tonight.
Jason McDonald, Core 360 Sports. Coach, 5 penalties, 50 yards, even though that didn't really tell the story of the game because a couple of them were inside the 10-yard line. But is that something that you feel like you can clean up? And the second question is, how many times did you think you could have scored because there was some holes out there?
Yeah.
I think the first question, obviously first game, it's going to be usually it's kind of sloppy, missed tackles, penalties, and things of that nature. The one that really hurt me was when we had the ball first, whatever it was on the 1 or 2, and we had a false start, and that pushed us back. We ended up scoring, but it's first game. And, you're on TV and guys got some jitters and all that stuff. But, the thing was we didn't have unsportsmanlikes. Those are playing penalties and stuff like that. We weren't doing craziness. So we know we can live with that and all that. Now, I can answer this question. He never had that many carries before. That's why he wasn't used to talking about the breakout. But it was good to see him out there get 15 carries. It was.
Hey, Coach, congratulations. Talk a little bit about the success you've had in Atlanta, whether it was the Celebration Bowl or tonight when you win this particular bowl.
Trying to set me up. It ain't just Atlanta, man. We love classics. Orange Blossom, Circle City, MEAC-SWAC, Celebration Bowl. We're going to show up when the lights are on. And, it's an opportunity when you have a chance to play in venues like this and those big games. I relish that. And these young men, we talk about it. And not everybody has an opportunity. So we prepare and we prepare, and thank God we've been able to come out on top. But, when I didn't play in no venues like this when I was in school. You know, I didn't have these opportunities. So these guys right here, I try to explain to them, man, we got to make the most of it. And, you know, they're opportunistic and they prepare to be champions. And then we've been able to make the most of it and have some success in these bowl games.
Don Stinson, DNA Sports Talk. Coach, what was the biggest adjustment in the second half led by Thomas Johnson in the defense and having that shutout?
We had to try to keep, they were getting our safety in a one-on-one situation, our boundary side safety. And he was kind of hesitant because we knew the RPO was coming. So we're trying to slow the RPO game down, and then he was late fitting, and then it was a one-on-one situation. So we started exchanging some gaps, moving the interior D lineman to try to make the O lineman think a little bit more, and then to make the ball bounce another gap wider. And I hope that was kind of layman's terms, I'm sorry, but I hope y'all understood that. But that was the big thing. We knew that we didn't want to give the RPO the big shot up top. So initially we were trying to slow the safety down. We sped him up a little bit, and that helped right there. And then trying to close some gaps off.
Jason Hobbs, Just Josh Sports and the Black College Sports Network. This is for you, Chris. As your coach said, you've never had this many carries. This is only your second game with double-digit carries since joining North Carolina Central. So how does it feel to go for your career high yards and establish yourself as the guy in the backfield for the Eagles?
It's a blessing. You know, I want to thank my coaching staff for trusting me. I want to thank them boys at Diesel because it started with them O-linemen, man. We got the best O-line in the MEAC. It started with them boys. So running behind them they make my job easier. All I got to do is make one or two miss, and I already got the speed, so the rest is history.
Coach Trei Oliver, how you doing?
My man, what's happening?
What's going on? Johnny Cole from HBCU's Coach's Corner. You know, you're a championship coach. You talked about Mosley last night on a show. He was the best kept secret. What kind of grade, you know, I know you got to go back and watch film and stuff, and where you think this team can go just with this performance tonight? I mean, you guys were exceptionally controlling the ball. Defensively, you made a great adjustment at halftime. Great coaches do that. Of course, we know you're one of those. I know it's early, but where could this team go, you think? Because you've been there before, you know, and so looking at this squad.
I thought that was a slightly above average performance. I thought we left a lot out there. You know, I thought our guys, we didn't strain in the first half. And there were a lot of blocks, a lot of tackles that the guys made. I thought we could have bigger runs. If the receivers would have strained more in the perimeter blocking, if the O-line would have strained more, you know, in the trenches. Because the big guy, 91, we ran a couple plays and he, you know, fell off some blocks and, you know, made ankle tackles or clipped Mosley up. So that's why I challenged you guys in the second half. We got to strain. And I thought we did a better job of that. I thought we played harder in the second half. But you can't pick and choose. We lost. That's playing one half football is what kept us out of Atlanta last year. So I'm expecting us to play 4 quarters of really good football. That's the only way you're gonna be able to make it to the championship game. That right there tonight was above average performance. That ain't gonna get us there.
We have 2 more questions.
Yes, Charles Bishop, Dr. Fields, inside the HBCU Sports Lab. And Coach, in today's college football environment, very unique. You guys brought back 5 starters along the offensive line, and I wanted to just ask, you know, how big will that be in terms of if they stay healthy during the course of this season? Can you kind of ride their back during the course of the year?
We're fortunate. It was 4. It was coming. It was supposed to be 5. It was changed last minute. Nobody got hurt. Somebody just played really good this past week. But we have a really good offensive line, and we do a great job of developing those guys. And I think that's the biggest thing. I think you get caught up when you in June and you're trying to find that transfer. You're trying to find that big transfer to come in and play, and you're going to plug and play him right away. You're going to get in trouble with that. These dudes have been in our program. We've developed them. And we played some freshmen tonight, some young kids tonight. And that's how you develop those guys. But if you're sitting around waiting on a transfer, the transfers we got out here playing came from Division II, and I think one from NAIA. We ain't got no SEC transfers. Ones I find struggle.
We'll have our final question in the back.
Sly Williams, HBCU Game Day. Coach, you had an excellent game with your running back, big time, 174 yards. But you also had a pretty good game out of your quarterback. Can you speak on him? He was only had 5 incomplete passes on the night. Can you speak on your quarterback?
You look like a dual threat tonight, didn't he? I'm just joking. Let's not go too far. Let's not go too far. He did pull one down and try to get to the box, but I mean, that was the big thing. Walker has always done a really good job of managing the game. He has a strong arm. He can place the ball, and things that people understand. If I run a curl route and the DB is here, Walker can put on the outside shoulder. If the DB's outside, Walker can put on the inside shoulder. Great job placing the ball, and I thought our receivers did a good job of making plays. But that's who he is. That's who he's been. And, you know, if he misses a throw or two, we're working on him not to get down on himself because he's a perfectionist. But 19 or 24, that was a good day. I thought he took what the defense gave him.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you all. Look forward to seeing you all the rest of the season.
Yes, sir.